I invite you to join with me in pledging allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let us continue by pledging the four-way test once it's up. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all?
Thank you, Tom. So welcome everybody to Boulder Rotary. This is the best place to be on a Friday afternoon, whether you're in the room or on Zoom. And I'd like to send an extra special welcome to our Zoom guests today. I think there are 15 online right now, so thanks for joining online. Here in the room, I'd like to have George Garmany introduce the guests here in the room, and then Vanessa is going to introduce our guests online.
Welcome to Boulder Rotary. I'd like all visitors and your guests, any visiting Rotarians, to please stand up. And when I come to your table, make sure that you look over here at the camera so everybody can see you.
Hi, I have a guest today, Kat Stinson, and she is a wealth manager at First National Bank, where I used to work, and I talked her into coming, so I think she's interested.
Welcome.
Hello, I'd like to introduce Glenn Hatton, who's visiting us for the first time today. He was recommended to come here by our own Nancy Chen Wagner. And he is a life coach here in Boulder, and he's been here in Boulder since about 2003, and is looking forward to learn more about Rotary.
Thank you. Good to see you. Sarah?
Thank you. Good afternoon. I have two guests with me today. This is Rabin Ali. He's newly moved here from Seattle. He's my newest staff member at the Boulder Philharmonic, Associate Director of Development. And then we have Richard here. This is his fourth visit. He has put in his application, and he's lived in Boulder for about 10 years, and we welcome him.
Thank you, Sarah. Do you have somebody introducing you? You introduce yourself. Come on.
So I'm a guest and a visiting Rotarian. I'm Norris's wife, but also a member of the Flatirons Club. So good to be here.
Glad to have you here, Terry.
Hi, Rich and I have two visitors today. Rich's sister and her husband, and her name is Ruth, and his name is Richard. So you just have to know two names. And Ruth is a member of the Westerville Sunrise Club in Westerville, Ohio, and they live in Dublin, Ohio.
Thank you, Ruth. You get trained up for the bike ride tomorrow by running through the meeting here.
Hello, my guest again this week is Linda Rogers, and Linda is a marriage and family therapist, and all of us need to know somebody like that, I think. And she and I have known each other for about 10 years since she moved to Boulder from Arlington, Virginia. So she has submitted her application. I have it right here, and will be joining us soon, I hope.
Thank you, Sue. Do you miss anyone in the room? Well, thank you all for coming and visiting with us, and and we'll see you again soon, I hope. But let's come over here, Sam.
Almost forgot us. Well, today it's a special honor to introduce the club once again to Susan Schwebe. Jim Schwebe Peace Award is going to be announced today, and it's great to have Susan with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, we didn't mean to forget you. I promise, Susan. Thank you.
Well, and I'd like to, I'd like to go to our online guests. I believe we have 3 people online. When I call on you, would you mind unmuting yourselves and introducing yourself to the club? We have Vijay Kawaramani from India. If you would like to unmute yourself and say hi.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Fast Right and Vijay Kevalramani from India. I am also an honorary member of clubs in Ghana, Nigeria, and Uganda. I am the International Service Chair for my district and Chartered Accountant by profession. And I have been sent the link and invite through Dominica from Rotary Club Montego Bay. And it's a pleasure joining you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you with us. I'd also like to ask Chuck if he would like to say a few words.
Yes, this is Chuck O'Danny from Seminole Lake in Florida, and I'm looking forward to being with you folks in person on the 15th. So again, always great to be here and see what you folks are doing.
That's awesome. We're so excited you're going to come see us in person. And I'd also like to say hi to Dominica.
Good afternoon. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you. I'm the past president of the Rotary Club of Montego Bay in Jamaica, District 7020. And I'm so happy that my friend BJ was able to join us this week. Looking forward to a good meeting as always.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I hope you all enjoy the program. Back to you, Chad.
Thanks, Vanessa. It's fitting that today, online, as we've seen, that the international part of Rotary International is represented, especially here on Peace Day. I'd like to have Bobby Brown come up, and as he's on the way up, I'm going to just have a couple of quick announcements here. The JCC is hosting a 9 Health Fair next Sunday, October the 3rd from 9 to 1. There's going to be all kinds of medical advice and just the opportunity to check your own personal wellness. They're asking to pre-register, so email me if you're interested and I'll get you the information. Speaking of the JCC, they just held their 5-year anniversary yesterday. So a welcome to them and congratulations. Another quick announcement before Bobby comes up here, and this is kind of a segue into Bobby. For the last 4 months, I have had a box of journals in my car. My wife is about ready to kill me. Now they're over there on the table. So if you journaled last year, grab your journal, take it back with you. Hopefully there aren't many left over there when we leave today, because if those go back in the car, I'm in a lot of trouble. And now I'd like to have Bobby come and talk about the next journaling project, which is going to begin soon.
Thank you, Mr. President, Rotarians and friends. I'm here to represent Danny Lindow, who's chairman of our Literacy Committee, and Pam Hyank, who is chair of the journaling program, which our president just mentioned. So each year, Rotarians from this club correspond with 24 or 25 children from Whittier Elementary School. We're basically pen pals, and we do it through a paper journal. Last year we did it through email only, of course, for obvious reasons. This year we're not exactly sure how it's going to go. It kind of depends on what the school district says. But basically, we need volunteers to correspond with a child, a 9-year-old third grader at Whittier. We have about 12 members already who have already volunteered. We need about a dozen more. Basically, it's a pretty easy way to volunteer. It costs you about 20 minutes a month. Now, what kind of difference might that make in the life of a child? Well, of course, we don't really know. But there's a message to children that someone cares, a stranger, a Rotarian, whatever that is, writes me and tells me about her life, his life, and is interested in my life. So what that might mean in the long run, I don't know. But I think it's probably a very good thing, and it represents the kind of service that is our mentality here. On the table, there should be some sign-up sheets. I haven't checked to see if they're on the table, but they're supposed to be there, where you can put your name and your email and phone number, and Marty Evans will pick it up. And if you don't do that, you'll be in trouble with Marty. I do hope that you will volunteer for this program. It's really a fun gig. I leave you with this one thought. A man cried out to God, "Why don't you do something about all the distress and anguish in the world?" And God said, "I did do something. I sent you." Thank you, Mr. President.
Thanks, Bobby, and thanks to all the journalers from last year and years past. As journalers, we know what it can do for us. I can tell you, to answer Bobby's question a little bit, what it does for the students. My son was a third grader at Whittier last year, and he journaled with Pam Hayek, and he absolutely loved it. It was one of his favorite things of third grade, and I can tell you that you absolutely make an impact when you journal with one of these students. The raffle. If everyone would take out your raffle tickets real quick. And the winning number is 724077. 724077. Kitty, that's twice now. It's getting close between you and Bill. Thanks, Charlie. Charlie mentioned this at the beginning of his talk, but I would like for all Peace Corps volunteers or people who have family members who are Peace Corps volunteers or who have been, and any alumni of the program, please stand up and be recognized. You mentioned something about getting people out quickly. When I was in high school, my grandparents served in the Peace Corps in the Philippines, and at the time there were some communist rebels that came out of the hills and actually kidnapped a Peace Corps member. Within 24 hours, they were on a plane headed back. We didn't realize, though, that they were okay. We knew that something had happened, but we didn't know that they were okay until CNN was showing Peace Corps volunteers deplaning in Honolulu. So it was pretty incredible, and I know how quickly they get people out. So thank you for all you do, and thank you for your presentation. Next, I'd like to have past President Sam Pottinger come up for a very, very special presentation.
Exciting. Trying to get this computer going. I opened up the BizWest magazine today, and it said, Leslie Durgan receives Boulder Rotary's Jim Schwebe Peace Award. It's the third annual award. The first year went to Dorothy Rupert, and then last year it went to Ellen Moore. Dorothy, a member of this club, and Dorothy, who lives, and Ellen, who lives in Netherlands, and very involved with Amnesty International. The article went on to say, former Boulder Mayor Leslie Durkin has been named the 2021 recipient of the Boulder Rotary Jim Schwebe Peace Award. She was down at the Infinite Walk of Peace with Susan and other people on Peace Day, the first day of fall, September 21 at noon. We partnered with the Longmont clubs and the Boulder clubs, along with the Longmont Boulder Board of Realtors, where they sent out an announcement to all of their members and then to send that on to their mailing list. So it's the first annual partnership, which we hope to expand and develop more with other Rotary clubs, not only here in Boulder County, but throughout the country. At the end of the meeting today in the Brew announcements, Danny Lindau, who is on the selection committee, along with Bob Stunkel and Jancy Campbell and myself, and then 3 community members, John Taylor with the Chamber, Kirk Fernbarger with Boulder County, or the City of Boulder Housing and Human Services, and then B. Scott Smith, who is the founder of the Colorado group where Jim worked. So look forward to that little announcement. I just want to mention a little bit, if I can get this. Dorothy was unable to be here today, but will be coming to our club in a couple weeks, and we'll have a more formal announcement. The Jim Schwebe Peace Award recognizes outstanding achievement for the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world of fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideals of service. Definitely very similar to the Peace Corps. Yeah. I was a personal friend of Jim, as many of you in this room. He had a way of reaching out and very quietly serving. And through his spirit, that energy lives. It's really helping to create the culture of peace through the 4-way test of the things that you say, think, and do. What Jim would say is, do an unexpected act of kindness or generosity for someone less privileged. It's as simple as that, I think. It's just us together doing what we can as an individual to the people that we meet. When we come within an arm's length of someone, we can smile. We can reach out and say hello. We can say peace. In all of our families, I think, throughout our lives, I know it's true in ours, there has been separations of family members that don't speak to one another for a reason. But through this philosophy of Jim's, we can reach out to our family, to our friends, and to others. Through Rotary and through partnerships like the Peace Corps, we can reach out throughout the world. Every project that Rotary does is a peace project. Thank you. Thank you, Susan, for being here today.
Thanks, Sam, and thanks to your entire committee for all the hard work that you guys did in selecting a winner and reviewing all the candidates. Now I'd like to have Bill Anderson come up here, as well as Vanessa. Vanessa, you got to leave the computer for a second. And Sarah Parkinson's as well. Sarah here? Oh, there you are.
Great. So I'm going to start with Vanessa so that she can escape the stage because the spotlight is not her favorite place to be. So please join me in celebrating Vanessa Mead as she transitions from Red Badge to Blue Badge member of Boulder Rotary Club, with thanks to her sponsors Chad Stam and Charlotte Rome. Vanessa grew up in Portsmouth, England. She lived and worked in London before going to work as a casino dealer for Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines out of Miami. While working and traveling, she met her future husband, and they settled in Colorado Springs, while both went back to school. Vanessa and her husband moved to Denver in 1997 and had 2 boys, but divorced after 25 years of marriage in 2017. Vanessa decided to be a stay-at-home mom and became heavily involved in PTA. She was the co-creator of the Edison Eagle Book Club, a free club for all grades encouraging the love of reading. She continued to volunteer and support activities and events at both of her boys' schools until her younger son graduated last year. As you know, Vanessa started working with Boulder Rotary Club in 2019 as our club administrator. She has served with distinction, implementing processes to streamline communication among our committees and handling a myriad of other things. During the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Vanessa also helped friends and neighbors keep safe by taking care of their grocery shopping, appointments, and any other errands they might need. Vanessa is greatly appreciated for her service to Boulder Rotary Club and clearly embodies service above self in all aspects of her life. It's our pleasure to celebrate you, Vanessa, as our newest Blue Badge member of Boulder Rotary Club. So I'm sure that many of you realize this, but there is so much that has to be done from an administrative perspective in our club to make things run smoothly. And Vanessa is one of those quiet heroes that gets so much done behind the scenes that a lot of us don't even realize that it's happening. So congratulations, Vanessa. All right. So, Sarah Parkinson. We're so pleased to celebrate Sarah Parkinson today as she transitions from Red Badge to Blue Badge member of BRC. And we offer thanks to her sponsors, Ronnie Wells, and again, Charlotte Rome. She's like the new Gary Kahn. Sarah was born and raised in small town Iowa on a lake. Her dad was a Rotarian, and Sarah used to deliver Meals on Wheels with her mom. Sarah went to undergrad in Iowa City, spent her graduate student years in Boston, and then lived in Switzerland for 2 years teaching piano at a boarding school. That's where she met her husband, John, who is from New Zealand. Sarah and John moved to Boulder in 2006 so Sarah could complete her Doctor of Musical Arts in Collaborative Piano Performance at CU. John was bakery manager and lead pastry chef at the Mead and Brasserie 1010 for 8 years, and now he works for Moxie. Sarah received her DMA in 2010 and has worked as a professor of music, private piano teacher and vocal coach, performer, and executive leader. Sarah and John's boys are 8 and 11 and go to Crestview Elementary and Centennial Middle School. Sarah maintains a varied career as a pianist, conductor, and executive administrator. Sarah just completed her first year as ED of the Boulder Philharmonic Orchestra after spending a season as BPO's Director of Education and Community Engagement. She has served on the staff and faculties of UC Boulder, Cornell College in Iowa, and Metropolitan State University of Denver. As a pianist, she performs regularly with the Colorado Ballet Orchestra and members of the Colorado Symphony, and she is a founding member of the tango ensemble Grande Orchestra Navarre. As conductor, she made her operatic conducting debut with Mozart's Così fan tutti for Boulder Opera in 2018, and she was music director at St. Aidan's Episcopal Church in Boulder from 2015 to 2020. Sarah attended the Dallas Opera's Hart Institute for Women Conductors in 2018 and was assistant conductor to Maestro Nicholas Carthy for CU Boulder's 2019 Eklund Opera production of Eugene Onegin? Onegin. Thanks. She has been a member of the Central City Opera Ensemble since 2012 and recently received the Orville Moore Award for Allied Arts Denver from Allied Arts Denver with recital partner Megan Marino. Recital partner Megan Marino, mezzo-soprano. Dr. Parkinson holds degrees in piano performance from the University of Iowa and New England Conservatory of Music and a DMA in collaborative piano from CU Boulder. Sarah says she has reached the point in her life where community means even more to her, and Rotary is a place to engage in community-oriented work, care for others. She is a caring committee rookie, and make connections with those in other industries. Sarah, we are so happy to have you as the newest member of Boulder Rotary Club. Congratulations.
I've achieved a goal for the year. I brought back Daryl Brown's red badge toss. Thanks, Daryl. Is Daryl here? No. Dr. George Russell, do we have birthdays?
Sorry. I was asked to repeat this poem. I laid back in my lounger in front of my widescreen TV. I was ready for the football game that started about 3. I asked my daughter to bring me a beer. I was ready for the play. Then I read there in the paper that a friend had passed away. He'd had a stroke 5 years ago and slowly wasted away. He laid there in a coma and died just yesterday. He didn't have a living will, kept alive by IV lines, and he had died way too soon, long before his time. I turned and said to my daughter before it got too late that I never want to live in a vegetative state, surrounded by some big machine and fluids from a jug. If that ever happens to me, I want you to pull the plug. So when you see me laying there, kind of like a blob, I want you to have the courage and really do the job. She nodded she would do it. In her eyes, I saw a tear. Then she got up, unplugged the TV, and took away my beer. Well, we have 3 birthday people today. I will start with Carl Tensman. Carl?
Thank you, Army Hur, and for you, they call me that I'm the Ken. I'm me Ken, and I'm me Ken to count on me, and always we, and the quality, and I'm me Ken. I'm me Ken. Duncan.
Our next birthday boy is Willie. Willie Needham.
Thank you. I think I've figured out this birthday thing. As I passed my birthday, I decided that each day of this coming year is going to be my birthday, so that I can celebrate with friends and family every single day and enjoy it. And I know that my friends and close colleagues here at Rotary will figure prominently into that. And I've also decided over time that gravity is not our friend. And Dr. Bill Meyer introduced us to a disease some years ago called furniture disease. And I have a chronic case of that where my chest has fallen into my drawers. Looking back, I am eternally grateful. Looking forward, I'm eternally hopeful. Thank you.
Our peace guy, Randy Butler, has a birthday today, too, or this week.
I guess I kind of have to. You put a microphone into my hand. I told him ahead of time. I thought you guys had probably already hit your limit with me, even today. Yeah. Well, I will say just this: I would have worn my boots today, partner, if only I wasn't on my bicycle coming over here. Yeah. And that way I would have fit right in with you and Willie.
sure and set the birthday table on your, close to your birthday. Thank you.
Happy birthday, gentlemen. Fred, can we roll the tape on the brew?
Well, here we are on September 21st, International Day of Peace. We're gathering here to say a few words. Randy's going to speak, but very important is introduction to Leslie Durgan, who is our 2021 recipient of the Jim Schwebe Peace Award. Next, Leslie's in the pink there. Say hi, Leslie. Yeah. So Leslie, and next to her is Susan Schwebe, and then you'll notice all of our friends from Boulder Rotary. So we're here on this beautiful day, September 21st, and wishing for peace.
Boulder Rotary Club is part of Rotary's District 5450, which encompasses the Front Range and into the mountains. This district of about 3,000 members is led by the district governor, and supporting him or her are 12 assistant governors in different areas throughout the district. Very proud to announce that a Boulder Rotarian has agreed to be assistant governor starting in July of 2022, that's about 9 months away, for a 3-year term, helping out the Boulder clubs and E-Club 1. So which Boulder Rotarian is it that we need to congratulate today? Here's a clue. This young man was born in Iowa. Clue number 2. He spent a year at the Southern Michigan Penitentiary, teaching, not as a guest. Number 3. He has ridden with jihadis in the Middle East. Number 4, he was Boulder Rotary Club president 2016 to 2017, and he will be assistant governor, Area 10, 2022 to 2025, our own Bill Meyer. Congratulations, Bill Meyer, for being our assistant governor starting next July. Big round of applause for Bill.
Please join us next Friday, October 1st, for a very important meeting of the Boulder Rotary Club. There have been many questions over the past few months about membership structure and dues, and at next week's meeting, we'll present answers to those questions. So many members of our club have worked hard to come up with an option that's fair to all concerned, and we believe we found a solution that meets the 4-way test. Attendance is critical, as the club will vote on changes to the bylaws, so please join us at next Friday's meeting.
Okay, all together now. Have a great weekend.
Thanks to the 3 amigos for the brew. Thanks to Darla Schuth and Sarah Parkinson for running the door. Thanks to Eve Kilmer, Jim Rolfs, and Marcia Sprague for running the desk. Thanks to our Zoom moderator, Mike Brady. Thanks to Lynn and Fred for running the meeting, and thanks to Christina for running the raffle. Also, a special thanks to Carl Kurtz. I got it mixed up last week, so thank you for last week. And then thanks to Mike Cassidy and Fred for the brew, and an extra special thanks to Susan for being here today. One other thing I would like to mention here, we have a room full of people today. This is amazing. We have close to 30 people on Zoom right now. I think we're getting close to our old attendance numbers when you combine what's happening in the room and on Zoom. So thanks everybody for your engagement in the club, and I think today was a great meeting, and thanks to Sam for helping to really make it special with the award. So thank you all. Have a great weekend.